Nazi, ube mnadi, zonke izinto zibe manzi. Homie, don't worry, hold up. No mgozi goes up in our skinny. Dishing out the truth, so start tuning in. Can't tolagale. Come, yes, wale. Social issues, this so easily. Giving you the latest news so instantly. Gender we tighter, keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider.
Don't be when don't be about. Sinizizin jaqo, sinizizin jefo, sinizizin. Oh, siniyindawo ephizweni. Strong about the city, I won't see. When I was hide the tandwa, usuti, get andiwa. Oh, Tininda, oh, at this way.
For you guys, what's up?
Oh my goodness!
I never thought I would be breaking it down to Jezebra.
Oh my
guys,
goodness!
I was near cramping to that one. Tell us about the track.
This track is called Nigindawo. It's the track from our new album called Out of Box.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of soft rock and Afro pop.
Wow.
You know things change. People
you guys
want new
look out of
things,
the box. Like there's a whole transformation. Tell us about your look. Have you guys was it like you guys sat down, you're like, yeah, we're revamping. You look different, you sound different.
Yeah, when you're in the music industry, you're in the creative space, so you need to come up with things. Okay, how can we do it better? So especially because of the new album, most of the songs they are different from what you usually know. Yeah. So now even the look and the feel of everything.
Because you guys used to be those guys.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when you do corporate events, we do that.
Yeah. Okay. You know the time and the place. Now, how important is it for you guys to do collaborations? Because that's something you guys actually do quite a lot of.
We started as producers, even we're celebrating 10 years now, been in the industry. the first track that you know, it's Viva Tao. It was a collaboration. That's where you knew us from. Then we did Chup Chup, we did Olul, we did Big Nas, you know. It's very important because in between there's a space in between our albums. We took 4 years before we did it, but in between we were doing collaboration. So it's very important
that you guys continue that.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are not stopping the producing side. Is this that now you're coming out of the box?
Yeah.
You guys make anthems. Do you like sit? You gotta like sit down and like you guys sit down. You're like, yo, we need that song. You know what I mean? Like you guys have those songs that like we get lost in them. Do you guys? Are you blessed?
Bless.
Wow.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let it be known that we can sneeze on national TV.
This is real
Anyway,
life.
we will deal with this later on. Do you guys set out to like Lungwala Peanut the anthem?
I think because of the type of songs that we grew up listening to, listening to the choirs, listening to R. Kelly and all that. So when we do songs, we also think of the bigness. We think of the masses, people, how people relate. So we try as much as we can that we do songs for the people.
So it goes beyond the studio, actually, for you guys.
Yes.
Hot stuff. Thank you so much for opening up the show.
Yeah.
On a high note. Welcome to it.
Yes.
You know why I'm sneezing? Because I'm so spicy. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna check out the rest of the lineup. My hair is wet.
Get it together.
Oh my God. Does anybody have some tissue? Oh my God.
I tried to commit suicide multiple times. I just didn't want to be here.
Flirting is actually using your joyful presence to influence on another person's relationship with themselves.
You don't get a German council, you own 5 houses. Do that first, and then you go ahead and reward yourself.
Do you remember that if you want to share your story with us on our Perspective segment, all you have to do is contact us, Mzansi Insider, at bungwe.tv. Right now, though, it's time for us to check out a rather unique soccer game. Enjoy.
Hi, Mzansi Insiders. Ikama ngusandile wakangibiswa ngihlala eBolly Park. Eastern soccer ngama Sundays.
Asithusa abana abangaka mostratini. Babatlosa mothile.
So Eastern soccer sisenze ukuthi sihlangane sonke sidlale ibhola kube mnandi. It's Namatavin I-12. It's a Matavin I-12 up at 450. And then a winner, it's at a 1.1, and the second prize, it's at a 650. And then low 650, they asked me to wait na 16 Monday, Sam, so hasi, so for now I'm saving.
Christopher Gasanyane, remember Yamashigo, Sipes Nabanda by 12, and labo bantu labo each we one on the table. We see this because sibona la lokushini kunena amaground yabona sayenza thina sama tablets ahlangana sonke sathi no let's make it a street song ukuthi i-community bona ukuthi at least sinabantu abantwana kanjalo abafuna ukudlala ibhola. Now, as a Samashigo, sibona ukuthi lento lo if singayenza sizokwazi ukuthi government and nabantu labo abamabhizinisi bangasjoin yabona ukuze sibe nama-ground such 6 aside le enama-fence so njenge-indoor soccer sifuna ukubona amanye amaplayer abonakala ku-professional yabona ngoba ibhola liqala la ground and after that it'll end up stadium yabona it's when wonke amaplayer adlala laphana e-stadium aqale ku-ground la ema-ground yabona iqala edakeni after that uzofike laphaya.
Igama lami mina nguyongabo ngihlala ngapha eCalfantini station 1. Yeah, ngiyawa-enjoy ama-street soccer cause ibhola lona ngiyalithanda.
Nagire, just came here to check out the street soccer. Just to push time, give it much like show support from different places. Like I come far. But I don't stay here, but any time for the kids, they go share about these guys because it means a lot for them.
Siyabonga ukuthi nize la ku-street soccer. Ngicela nibhekele SABC 1 Mzansi Insider.
you gotta love Tenata Disco, whatever to make a time. They never run like normal people. It's always like a strategic run. But shout out to you guys doing your thing. We're gonna take a quick ad break. For a race. Bump the cheese up. Don't want to miss this one. See you right now.
Masbuya. Work in silence and let the success make the noise, you know?
Yeah. Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
On Mzansi Insider. That's it, like I said in the office, we're talking, bumping the cheese up. How already when I conversation
Exactly. Pumi, you're our HR expert.
Yes.
How do we go about asking for a raise?
For us, that is a very difficult conversation to have. But if you feel that it's necessary to have it and it's time, just be prepared. Do some research. I always say King Google is the place to go. Find out what is the market-related salary. There is information out there. If you've got a friend or a relative in HR or in the payroll department, just find out from them and find out what are people earning in a similar role out there. And also if there's friends in similar industries and similar roles, not everyone would want to share what they earn, but if it is possible, if you've got people who can share such, ask from them. So come equipped, knowing what's out there in the industry. If you, for example, are a receptionist earning 5,000 Rand and you know that people are earning 8,000 Rand, that's already like a trigger sign. Would say, okay, maybe I could have that conversation. Right. And then once you're ready to have that conversation as well, I always say work in silence and let the success make the noise, you know? So once you have done your work, you have paid your dues, and you can go have that conversation and say, I've gone over and above the call of duty. I feel that I deserve, or maybe try to stay away from that word, but I am credible now to get an increase. Make sure that your work also speaks for you. If you're like a late comer, you hardly do your work properly, you're always getting complaints, then how seriously?
Eligible for a raise. Do you decide yourself based on what you're doing? Or how does that work?
Or do you wait for the company to decide that?
In most corporate companies, we do have what is increase and bonus time, and that is based on performance. It's usually company performance and individual performance. And that's when you'll sit with your manager, you'll go through your performance contract, and in your performance contract, it's your deliverables, what you need to do at the end of the day. And then after, maybe it's biannually, depending on the type of company you work for, when you sit down and you see that you have met those requirements and then they score you. There's different scoring mechanisms in different companies. But if you've reached what you needed to, and then that's when a good time to start speaking about it. If, for example, they use like a 1 to 5 type scale, 3 is you are doing your job and you're doing it right if you work at a company that works with such a system, And then if you're scoring your 3 points, 4 even, that's when you can say, okay, clearly there's room, you know? Yes, so that is an opportunity for you to say then, yes, I know I'm up for an increase. You probably will know what's the average in a company because it is stated before, and say if there is opportunity for me to earn a bit more than that, try to discuss with your team manager. I also say as you go along through that year, while you're doing your work, if your performance contract says your job duties are to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try implementing new things. Try getting more work to do, so that by the time you have that conversation, you say, I'm not only doing these 5 things, but I'm also doing 6, 7, and 8. And because of that, I ask if you can look at adjusting my salary a bit more than what the average would have been. So let your work speak for you.
When we ask for a raise, do we come in with the figures, or do we then come in to negotiate the figures with the person? Or is figure increase 5 million and that's it? Or do I come in and say, I would like to get a raise, and then they tell you how much they got?
Maybe it does, guys. I say it differs company to company and the type of relationship you have with the person you're going to speak to. If it's somebody you can talk to and say, I've got this ballpoint figure, can we, you know? Then go for it. Relationships do differ. If it's maybe somebody who you deem, it's not easy for me to talk to this person, rather go there suggesting and don't have the figure, see what they say, and then take it from there.
Don't walk in with
I've actually
your
made that
demands.
mistake of coming in with a demand with figures, and it was like, nah, baby
Did they
girl,
say
chill.
no?
No. I think what happens is when you're negotiating your contract initially, because you're just so desperate for the job, you take anything. Then you hear what everybody else is earning, and you're like,
And
but
it's
me,
like,
why?
how?
And it's like, you should have negotiated and had that research before you took and agreed to that.
In that case, though, I go and I ask for a raise, but abafuni, angeke ngithole raise. What happens now? It's almost like proposing and they say no and we have to continue dating.
That's why I say when you go have that conversation, go there humble, go there with an open mind, and it can go yes, it can go no. So if it is a no, just try to find out the reasons, try to find out the opportunities in the future. And also, you're an individual, you've got bills to pay, probably you've got responsibilities out there. If you feel that really and truly, my money, if I like a taxi fare, I need more money, then start seeing what's out there, and if it's possible that you can get something that gives you more money at the end of the day. There's nothing as painful as working from hand to mouth. You're not able to save, you're not able to invest, you're not able to make ends meet, you know? At the end of the day, we work for money, so... Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Now that we know how to ask for a raise, I will be asking for a raise very soon. You tried to commit suicide and survive. How do you continue facing life and those around you? Next on I Got Over It.
People saying ufuni attention, she's just being rude, and nobody understood what I was going through.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
According to the World Health Organization, a suicide occurs every 40 seconds and an attempt is made every 3 seconds. How do you get over surviving? Depression can always be mistaken as just feeling sad, but these are symptoms and signs that you need to look out for. If you think you have most of these signs, especially the first two, and they just won't go away, you may be suffering from depression. You feel hopeless and helpless. You've lost interest in friends, activities, and things that you used to enjoy. You feel tired all the time. Your sleep and appetite has changed. You can't concentrate or find that previously easy tasks are now difficult. You can't control your negative thoughts no matter how much you try. You're much more irritable, short-tempered, and aggressive than usual. You're consuming more alcohol than normal or engaging in other reckless behavior.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And sharing your story. What happened?
All right. At the age of 14, I lost my mom.
Okay.
And we were very close. And then after that time, I didn't know what was going on at that time, but I was very moody. My marks were dropping in school.
Yeah.
And I used to cry all the time. And I just wanted to be alone. So one day I was reading an old newspaper. And I just saw, I think it was some mental illness awareness thing. And I saw symptoms of depression.
Okay.
And I was like, this is me. Then I called SEDEC. They tried to help me, like telephone counseling.
Yeah.
I spoke to them. It helped for that time. But then, and then my guidance teacher in high school referred me to the clinic. Went to the clinic, got medication for depression, but it wasn't working for me. I was going for counseling and medication, but it wasn't working for me. So I tried to commit suicide multiple times.
Okay.
Like, I would overdose on pills, the same medication that was supposed to help me. I would overdose on it, and I'd wake up the next morning and I'd be feeling like, oh God, I'm still here, okay. We'll try again tonight. So it was something like that. I used to cut myself, and I just didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
And I kept on doing it over and over again. But the biggest one of them all was in 2012. In 2012, I took like about 76 pills. Because now I wasn't taking my medication. I just used to go collect, because the sister at the clinic was very strict. So I just used to collect, keep it at home. So I took the pills took some beer, and I drank them, all of them. Woke up in the middle of the night. I think my grandmother woke me when she went to the bathroom. I heard her. Then I tried to call her, I couldn't speak. Tried to knock on the door, she couldn't hear me. So I fell, and then when she heard something drop, that's when she came to my room. And I was lying there, I wanted to throw up, but I couldn't, I was weak. Then I was in hospital for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So when was the moment that you realized, Uguti, you've hit rock bottom and you need to get help?
You know, after that night when I was lying in bed, I wanted to throw up and I couldn't. I remember my baby brother went out, and then when he came back, his hands were wet. And then this lady from next door asked him, Uguti, ufuna ukwenzani? And he said, I want to help her throw up. And that killed me. Because it got me thinking, this little boy is being strong for me while I should be strong for him.
Yeah.
And if I'm going through this, I was 13 when I lost my mom. He was only 9. So if it's doing this to me, what is it doing to him? And me doing this again on top of losing our parents, now he has to lose a big sister too. So that's when I realized that this has to stop somewhere.
So when it became more than just about you, that's when you saw the light?
Yeah, because it was always about me. I wanted people to understand me. I wanted people to understand that, okay, today she's not in a good mood. Okay, today she's in a good mood. I wanted people to just try and understand me. And at the same time, I was not actually helping them understand. Because it was just mood swings.
Sure, and it's not just about you.
It's not just about me at the end of the day.
How difficult was it for you to regain the trust of your family? I'm sure you might do it.
If you look sad, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
No, my family is fine.
Yeah.
My family is fine. We cool. The doctor at the hospital spoke to them and tried to make them understand how it works.
And I guess they've been with you with the journey.
What made you feel ngathi ayikho into engakunceda kule situation anyeke ukhona ukudlula?
Yeah. The problem is people, there's still a stigma around mental illness, which I believe it's mostly the reason why people end up committing suicide.
Okay.
Because for us in the black communities, it's either uyahlanya or uright. You know, so, and if you're crazy, melutopa my paper. So if you're not picking up papers, then you're fine. Because with me, it was people saying, ufuni attention, she's just being rude. And nobody understood what I was going through. And there was no one that I could speak to. And at the same time, I wasn't helping myself because I was not taking my medication the way I should. And my medication was not working for me, unfortunately, at that time. So
you thought there was no better way?
There was no better way. There was no way out. I wanted my mom. I was close to my mom, and I felt if she was here, she would understand what I'm going through. So nobody understands. I want out.
Okay. Stembile, you said when you were 14, you obviously saw the newspaper ad and you called for help. You were on medication. How did you come out of that depression part to you sitting here today telling your story?
It was a long journey. It was a long journey. I used to fight with my therapists a lot. I remember the last one, I called names. Yeah. I used to fight with my therapist a lot, and my medication wasn't helping. So instead of me going to the clinic and saying my medication is not working, I just would say, nah, I'm not going to take it, it's not working. So now it's better because I've got my fiancé who's very supportive. And the SEDEC, you can call them anytime. I've had support from people who...
So you now feel like there are people out there who kind of understand what you're going through and are willing to support you like you felt like your mom would?
Yeah. You know, it's something like... I got support from people I didn't expect it from. That's why it was difficult to accept it in the first place.
Okay, cool.
You need to to people who have suicidal thoughts and think that the only way out is ukuzibulala?
No, guys, there's help out there.
Yeah.
There's help. You can call SADC, you can speak to anyone, as long as you feel you can trust this person, or if you feel uguti, they have qualities, or they trained to understand you. Because with me, the person who helped me the most was my guidance teacher in high school. Yeah, so you have to find that it's not like everybody won't understand you, but there's those people that you can approach and speak to, and they won't judge you or make you feel like you're crazy. Yeah.
All right. So beautifully put. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. And I believe that it's not only motivated us, but everybody else at home who's watching. Like she said, find people you can talk to and you can share your heart with. And yeah, man, what a beautiful story. And we're really happy that you are here with us sharing your stories.
So flirting consists of gestures, words, body language, things that another person can pick up as a clue.
You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
Welcome back to the show. We are speaking macking. Is your flirt game on 100? And if it's not, we've got a flirting coach in the building, Makabelo Mutaung, who's a presidential, influential.
Furnitural.
Welcome back, furnitural. First things first, what is flirting?
Flirting is actually using your joyful presence to influence on another person's relationship with themselves. So, for example, I would describe flirting, using my joyful presence to make you feel good about yourself.
Joyful presence king?
Like, you know, like talking, interactive, compliment, you know, like that peaceful, that I wanna know what you're gonna say. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Are you flirting right now?
I am flirting.
I can feel it.
You like it?
I feel it.
Okay, I'm feeling left out. I feel like I am horrible at flirting. Is it something that you learn it? Like, where do we pick it up from?
Actually, it's learnable. It's teachable. Is there such a word as learnable?
It's teachable. I get it. It's teachable.
Yes. So flirting consists of gestures, words, body language, psychological things that another person can pick up as a clue.
Yeah.
You know, for example, kids. I'm showing you my neck, I'm exposing parts of me, and I'm blushing with you when you compliment me. Or, you know.
When does flirting come in handy? Because I can understand, like, if ngiyakufuna and ngifuna ukujola nawe, that's one place where it can work. Where else can we flirt?
Yeah.
In the office, with your boss.
With your boss?
Yes, not even boss, with your colleagues or everyone else. So when you want people to do things for you, like here with the
even
camera.
If it's not sexual?
Yes. It doesn't, no. This is where flirting is not sexual at all. So let's just clear that.
Think. I always think flirting is...
So flirting is not like just male or people who are like sexually attracted to each other. It's like to...
No, flirting is giving clues, like I said, that you like a person or I find you amusing, or it's giving a person clues that are readable.
Give us some examples. Let's see how these scenarios pan out. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'm going to start from scratch, showing you how you walk in a building or restaurant even. This is a typical example that a lot of ladies make. So can I please have the handbag and the phone?
That bag
so
is
hang out that restaurant thing, or where you feel like it's a crowd and you don't want to be seen, like shy, you know. You walk in and you're like this, you don't even see where you are, yeah, guy, and for all you know, you could trip.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like you don't want to make eye contact, you don't want to be noticed, you just quickly want to go to where you're going.
You don't want people to know who we want.
Exactly, and sometimes the mistake that people do when they're late or arriving somewhere is that they do this.
Almost like they run in.
As if you're some criminal.
All the time.
So what you need to do is put your phone away.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Okay, so don't hold the phone in your
So you
hand.
can actually flirt with how you walk or make people notice you. So you want people to notice you when you walk into a place or restaurant or whatever. So cats, I'm spotting you. I'm like, so before Kike, I pause and check, okay, who's there? All right. I've noticed cats and I've noticed an empty chair move ahead.
Yes, learning out here.
You know, so you want to walk in handle, like you're not rushing, and you're giving people eye contact and smiling. Smiling, simple things, you know. So you want to walk in like this. you're actually saying people notice me, and then I come
so
to
you
you,
open up.
and then I keep an eye contact for a while, and I ask, is there somebody sitting there?
Like that.
Okay, do you mind if I join you?
Certainly.
Thank you. And how you sit? So
Yeah,
you don't want to sit like
I would like Jane.
No, I'll fit with that.
Yeah, I would leave that.
And when you're done there,
on now.
and
But now you're sitting. Now the dilemma is, what am I saying now that I'm sitting here?
Yes, because me, I would be like, thank you.
And look at your phone.
And look at my phone and be like, okay.
so I could easily start a conversation with anything. And let me just say this, that guys love it when ladies actually make the first interaction.
Yes.
They get flattered because they're just as nervous as you.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I should even say hi. Rejection. I can't even get rejection. Yes. Yes. So I'd be like, maybe Kiduti like Ket, for example, and I'd be like, you actually smell good, Ket. What perfume is that?
I won't say the brand, but yeah.
You know, I'm trying out this new perfume, and since you look like an expert with perfumes, do you mind if you smell it? What do you think? Or are we trying to get
Glory.
smell it on my neck?
Oh my goodness. Let's get it.
You smell amazing.
Oh, thank you. Really?
Yeah.
So what I've done, if you've observed, is I've introduced a friendly touch, an element of friendly touch while he's complimenting me. And I blushed and I smiled and I engaged with him.
Okay.
And the eye contact. That's all.
Your voice changed, and the minute you came in, Cat, so work a base, be right to go start. What's like? So it's communicating. So he gets what you're doing, and then feeds you back.
Yes. So we already have fallen into this pool of flirtatiousness.
Yes. And my question was not a closed question. I didn't say like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Because the answer could be easily, okay, I'm okay. And that's it.
Okay,
so
cool.
you wanna start a conversation.
Engage.
Yes, engage. But you can also start a conversation with complimenting. For example, I really love your shoes. Good taste.
Thanks.
What's that?
And if he's interested, he will want to conversate further. You know?
You go back
Rorisang must try and learn these things.
I can do it.
Because if we say, Bantu Basekaya, please judge Rorisang
You
must
guys,
learn.
I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Can I try my turn?
Yes.
All right, let
Go
me
for it.
Okay, Maka will sit there. She's going to come sit next to me.
Okay, cool. But I'm not wearing heels like her.
Already,
All
you're
right.
failing.
Okay, I'm no. No.
Okay, try.
Okay, cool.
Go
I
for
walk
it.
in. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm fantastic. Is there somebody sitting here?
No.
Oh, please, thanks. Oh, wow. This place is beautiful.
What do you think of
Love
it?
your jacket.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think of this place? Have you been here before?
Yes, I come here all the time, actually. I've never
Really?
seen you here.
My first time, my first time, but I absolutely love it. Digging the shoe swag. What are you having to drink?
Some water.
No, but like, he is just being so mean.
She didn't make me smell her.
Oh my gosh, I would leave.
She didn't make me smell her.
I would leave.
Make me smell you first.
Smell me.
Too late now.
Too late.
No. So you can actually handle
Oh,
it
God.
when a guy rejects you and you're trying to flirt with them. You can
Yes.
actually have a comeback for it.
How do you handle that, though?
Yes. I
If
would-
you feel rejected, if you feel originally chest pain.
So you'd be like, please excuse me. And then and then hasa kamile down, maybe the thoughts and you're like, by the way, you're still enjoying yourself here.
Oh, but isn't there a line between a bit too pushy? Because sometimes, how about bad?
It's fine. You know what? It's okay. You take it. You move
Anyway,
on to the... Yes, you move on. Yes. And
Oh, wow.
you take it and you move on to somebody else who
Can
likes
guys
you.
flirt as effectively as girls?
Yes.
What do I do? Because I'm obviously not walking in with my handbag and making you smell my name. So quickly, before we wrap it up, as a guy, what are some of the things that we can do?
Guys can also walk in with confidence, surety, smile as well, and you can also do the eye contact thing. You can also compliment a lady on something. Oh wow, beautiful hair, I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
It really suits you. Or just compliment, because we always remember the people that have complimented us or have remembered something nice about us. You know?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
I like guys who are like one handy voice, man. I want cool.
What a bassy.
No, not necessarily. Just be smooth.
Hey, okay.
Clearly, this is you not being smooth. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I got my swag on. Now I know how to do. Let's see if I learned something. If you have any relationship problems, whether it's your mom, your dad, you know, a partner, money, whatever it may be, we've got experts here who are willing to help you out. So make sure that you hit us up on social media, and you can also email us. It's Mzansi Insider at bungwe.tv. We are interested about you.
she's flirting.
Masbuya. Short-term pleasure. You look cute, manje. Are you going to be hot in 10 years' time? I'd rather be a billionaire then.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
And now it's time for our weekly supply of inspiration and Power Person. Welcome back. Today's Power Person is an educational sponge and a sucker for self-improvement. Some of her educational bragging rights go from a degree in accounting sciences at the University of Pretoria, an MBA at the University of London, to a qualification at Harvard University. Vumile Msweli is doing it all and powering through it.
And she's joining us in studio, super excited. I don't even know where to begin. Like, Power Person, such an appropriate segment for you to be here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How achievable is $1 million for a black person? It's impossible.
It's very, very achievable. I bought my first house at 22.
Wow.
And it's all about net asset value. Wow. That's the trick. So the house I bought at 22, I bought for about 500,000 Rand at the time.
Yeah.
It's now worth about 700,000 Rand. And that's in a space of 10 years. So it's all about getting your net asset value increasing, and you can get to that $1 million faster than you think.
Okay. Wowza. Okay, a moment. I just had to take that in. You've done a lot of study.
Yes.
So you've worked your way up within the organization that you worked with, but you've gone to, whether it's Gibbs, it's Harvard. You've literally been across the world getting more information. Why? Why not stop and say, I've done Harvard, I might?
The credibility piece. So when I started my first exco, I was 26, 27. I'm sitting with 40, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds who've been in the game for a very long time. But when you come with your masters and say, I've got a master's from the University of London, the conversation's different. Or this strategy we're trying to implement, I did at NYU. It just gives you that credibility for people to know that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It necessarily doesn't make you more talented, but it just gives you that credibility.
Oh, no.
Was this your strategy? Into boyicabanga sonke lesikhathi ukuthi ufuna ukuba la ukhona khona manje, and you followed through? Or did this gradually happen as life happens?
No, I planned my entire life up until the age of 27.
Whoa.
There's no move I've made up until this point which has not been planned beforehand.
Wow.
Where does that come from? Because that's tenacity, that's perseverance, that's you deciding on something and going for
Absolutely.
it. When other people are turning up, you probably are not. Where did that come from?
I grew up in a home that's very, very disciplined. So I'm not one of those people naturally academically smart. When my friends are getting 80s easily, I've got to put in an extra 3 hours to get there. But I always knew what the end goal was. When we arrived and, you know, we knew money, we've just arrived in life in Joburg, everyone's getting BMWs. I was like, nope, you don't get a German car until you own 5 houses. Do that first, and then you go ahead and reward yourself. So that sort of discipline and ambition, I think, is something that has been nurtured for me from a home place. But it's really about knowing what you want. And short-term pleasure, you look cute, manje. Are you going to be hot in 10 years' time? I'd rather be a billionaire then.
What was your upbringing like?
So I was raised practically by my grandparents. My mum's a single mum. Grew up in a household with my aunt. She went to varsity overseas, so she wasn't around a lot. My mom and my dad split when I was much younger. But the person I think who's been very influential was my grandfather. He was an entrepreneur. You know, he didn't finish matric, but he died having done very well for himself, involved in property. Very, very disciplined man. Whilst my grandmother, when the apartheid government said, listen, you're married now, you don't get to be a teacher, she went back to school and became a nurse. So that tenacity is something that's very inherent in my family home.
Nice, man.
Behind you lies the fashion corner, where cat meets fashion. Apparently, You look at it. You didn't win anything. Sorry. But
like
apparently, you never go to any power meeting without the color red on you.
No.
So I would consider this a power meeting because your shoes are red. You got a red bangle. Why
Oh my
is
gosh,
that?
we made it. We made it.
Absolutely.
I'm a big believer in, chakras and our different energy centers in our body.
Yeah.
And the one that draws the most amount of money is your root chakra, your base chakra, which is actually red.
Okay.
So it's a very much a power color. It's a statement piece. So obviously I like to mix it up, represent KZN.
Yes.
The shoes obviously do the right thing as well there, and that pop, because it brings attention to you.
Well, my, full red overall, I will attract more money than I'm attracting right
it's
now.
It's all about class and taste. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying play with the color, because what you're trying to do is take control of the situation. Any interview, you're interviewing each other. And people don't realize that.
Yes.
I'm also finding out, do I want to work for your company? Are your brands and values aligned to mine? So those kind of questions you can only answer through the interview. So by taking control and saying, you get to ask questions, but wait a minute, I've got questions for you. It's taking that control.
Let's speak a little bit about the business world. A lot of times it's the man's world, and a lot of women come into it and we try to be like the man. So you lead sort of from your womb, like you lead with your femininity. What does that mean for you?
I'm a big believer that if men didn't need women, or business didn't need women, we wouldn't be there. We're not there to become masculine. Testosterone has its place, but so does estrogen. So I'm a very, very big believer in being very, very feminine, because my thought process is how a man would not think. So that's why I'm valuable, because that's what I bring to the table. When the guys are saying, let's go in guns blazing, I'm like, well, have we looked at the situation holistically? I bring that femininity, which makes me a better executive. I'm not going, I personally am one of those ladies who wear dresses. I like looking good, having my lipstick on, feeling feminine and powerful in the boardroom. I have to bring that there, because it's called the decade of the woman. And it's time for us to own that and not try to be men in order to succeed.
Now, because you work on a global scale, that obviously means that you get to go all over the globe.
Yes, I do.
Let's talk about your
just
travels.
lights up,
Yes, my face is even lighting up because of your
Where did
travels.
you just come back from? Maybe that's
So
like
I just had I just had a holiday in the Maldives, Bali, and Singapore. Singapore was a bit of work.
No, I said,
die for the Maldives.
Wait.
Die.
No, let's correct. You just said you came back from a holiday, but you mentioned 3 places.
Yes.
Now, wow.
I think I'm a big believer that if you don't travel, you only read one page, one chapter in the book.
That's true.
If you travel, it opens up your entire world. The first time I left South Africa, I was in standard 8, so I was about 13, 14. And it changed my world. It was something as simple as, oh, there's a +27. I'm just dialing 031. Why is it going through? You get to Singapore and everything works. People don't have cars, because owning a car there is like a normal Toyota Corolla is going to cost you about almost $1 million, because they don't believe in having cars. You use public transport. Simple things like when you shake someone's hand, you think this is an African thing. It's not. In Asia, it's expected. Otherwise, you perceive to be rude. All those little nuances that you get in knowing the world makes you, one, a global citizen. I always say I'm a global citizen, but very proudly African. But I don't want to be the best in South Africa. I don't even want to be the best in Africa. I want to be the best in the globe.
Boom.
That is
5 houses before you get that Beamer or the German car. Oh, Lord.
Are you on that mission?
I'm even tapping my weave.
You are very inspirational. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Well spoken. That's what we are talking about.
Yeah, I'm coming to cause trouble. You don't like me, unfollow. You can't talk about my hustle. You make money, I make...
Can you guess what I'm doing?
Flirting.
So many things that we've learned today. I'm
Absolutely.
super, man, like, wow, with a bit of a twirl there.
I think
2
that's
twirls
my
to
way
add
of
it in
flirting.
there. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show, but really, really great moments, rather, in the show's Tembile, sharing her story of suicide. Something thing, but I think it's necessary that we have moments like this where we talk about it and really tell people out there that there is hope and you can talk to someone about it.
Absolutely. And on a higher note, Buffett, we showed you that Giselle Brothers is now doing rock.
Yes.
Soft rock.
With
at that.
haircuts.
Absolutely.
And swag on fleek.
They had us dancing. What a great way to start off the show.
Beautiful.
Man.
One of my favorite performances thus far in the season. And of course, Bakabela was here teaching us how to do it right so we connect, you and I.
We're going to be checking out her flirting skills. But for now, it's time for us to be out of the building. Thank you so much for joining us. We do it again. From myself and Rorisang Tandekiso.
I love you.
We out of here, baby.
I'm flirting.
Get out.